Stupid here. We arrive at the North American Foam Bonding and Adhesive Expo. I've been coming to this show every year since it came to Metro Detroit. Looks like they're at lunch right now, so they get the schedule of classes. Today's the first day. Novi, Michigan, Suburban Collection Place through Thursday. So they have expert chief science officers, CEOs, vice presidents of major companies speaking about the latest developments in foam, adhesives, and bonding. Trade show, Expo floor, taking up a good portion of the floor. So do a little ramble. I didn't prepare that much for the show. Been coming here a few years. I mentioned foam. Probably the impetus behind the foam show is reduced gas usage through lighter weight materials, specifically foam in automobiles. So Metro Detroit still probably the single best hub of automobile engineering. A lot of these shows go around the world, and we'll have shows in Germany, China, Korea, but a lot of shows that focus on automotive still focused here in Metro Detroit. So the last few weeks I had national conferences that move around each year, like the injection molding, additive manufacturing, 3D printing, the silicon and the steel show, that are probably national conferences that move around to different cities each year, as opposed to certain shows they're every year in Detroit. So the foam show, the battery show, automotive expo, it's the biggest base of automotive manufacturing and a big base of industrial manufacture in general. So you have foam in all sorts of materials. Foam could be quite strong. Foam could be used for building, construction, and then you also have adhesives and bonding in silicon. So the show that focused last week just on silicon, you see that silicon had similar uses, where silicon could also be material for parts or for adhesives and bonding. However, foam is lightweight and relatively probably pretty cheap, although foam is also oil derivative. So there's different processes to get the foam. It can probably be chemically manufactured, but I believe most foam comes as oil derivative, and so that might also be affected by oil prices. So something to look into. So foam, your typical foam you see are like packaging material, just to cushion packaging. People are familiar with like foam cups. However, foam could basically be like a plastic, and indifferentiable from what you would consider a plastic, and for all types of materials. So here at the show, you have all types of people making foam products, foam suppliers, testing material, periphery companies related to the foam business, industrial machines, suppliers, finishing, like cutting machines, all different type things related to the foam business. To generally be a one-stop shop. Although, unlike automation, where if you wanted to automate a plant and you might come to a convention, you want a one-stop shop for foam. And here you can see foam in pellet form. But yeah, if you wanted a one-stop shop to automate a process and you went to the automation show and you want all the various components, you know, the computer software and various things for foam. Foam is more specialty, where you would probably already be in a manufacturing process, where you would specifically come to the foam show because you're already participating in the manufacturing process. So here they have this huge foam cutting machine. You can see huge you know, foam cushion packaging, be like a mattress. Foam mattresses now popular. I just got a foam mattress in the last year, so foam mattresses have became very popular. But you know, so you have a huge industrial cutting machine, and it would also probably have the related computer software, design software. So here they have nice models of industrial equipment. So if you, you know, it's an international show. So if people like automation, they want to set up a whole part of a factory, either a factory that specializes in foam, but more likely an existing factory that already is involved in the manufacturing process and would add foam to their line. So it was like automotive. I've explained this in many of the videos, and you know, the international supply chain for parts and the contract bidding. But if you're a supplier and you decide you're going to start manufacturing parts in foam, you know, if you just specialized in foam, and foam was going to be the only thing that you worked in, versus if you're a part supplier and maybe you work in plastics, injection molding, CNC, all various things, and just adding an element of foam to your line. And you know, it could be for various reasons. So the specifications, and also you have adhesives. There's protective sprays that could be made out of foam, like for automobiles specifically, like heat resistance, adhesives, putting parts together, bonding, like glues, and that would have to have specific requirements for you know, heat capacity, vibration, movement, all these various things, like the Automotive Testing Expo, one of the big shows here that's also every year, where you would test all of this equipment and know your specifications, like how much heat resistance you might need, and then from there you might be able to pick out the type material that you would use, how long you want it to last. So if it's in an engine that's going to have a significant amount of heat, you would have your expectations. So here you have you know, Gorilla Glue. I remember from last year's show, you know, this Gorilla Super Glue. So you know, there's industrial Gorilla Super Glue. Gorilla Glue is something that people might be used to. It's something they sell in you know, even normal stores, but you have industrial grade uses and stronger uses. So that's just one of the few names here that people might be familiar with. So here you got one of the classes and lectures. So I may not ramble that long. I've been coming to the foam show for quite a few years now. I'll probably gather a little bit of reading material. I'll probably walk around, start in the far corner, and I think we can start in that far corner because I'm parked closer to this way. And so I'll ramble while I'm walking to the far corner, and then I'll go aisle by aisle, see if I see anything interesting, pick up some reading material, and then I'll probably just bounce. Like there's not that much applicable to me. So I mean, here you could see the floor plan, the names of the companies. So, you know, Dow Chemical, one of the sponsors of the Silicon Conference, obviously dealing in foam, so all sorts of materials. So you might have a company that specializes in foam versus something like Dow Chemical that does all sorts of materials. And foam might have uses for maybe even like paints to like bindings, adhesives, packaging, all the various things that foam might have a part in for major materials. So it's a pretty big show. It's grown over the years, expanded more and more of the facility usage. So, foam is definitely an important part of the manufacturing process. It's probably relatively cheap. It's that light, and that's the main reason why foam has been becoming more and more popular, because it's cheaper material and it's lighter weight. So, due to that, foam has been expanding uses, and the show here has been growing. And you can see a lot of people here, a lot of business going on, a lot of people buying and selling, learning about processes, and for manufacturing processes, very important. Nothing too exciting, really, like the TCT additive manufacturing 3D printer. That one was kind of exciting. The automation conference was kind of exciting. Foam is less exciting, but it's very important. Because it said like costs, environmental concerns, especially for automobiles. Anything that makes the automobile lighter is likely to be implemented. And I remember they have a lot of recycling companies here also that focus on recycling. So I guess I'll just leave it short and sweet. Just wanted here supporting the rise of America, Detroit, manufacturing, science in general. And so I'm going to go and I'll probably go table to table and collect the reading material. And that's it. So God bless. Have a great handing out a book. They got magazines. So appliance, HVAC, spray foam. So heating, air conditioning, foam as a insulator. So you relate to HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning. They have a trade magazine and various things. So a lot of excitement for science geeks, people involved in engineering fields. So you have foam, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, not too much exciting to talk about. So I'm going to gather the reading material, and I'll probably get out of here. So God bless. And if you're in Metro Detroit and interested in seeing the latest in foam, swing by.